We're just past the midway point for 2025, which means it's time to take a look at how the Arlington housing market performed in the first half of the year. With headwinds coming from multiple directions, with high interest rates, high prices, and Doge cuts to the federal government and local market uncertainty, we saw downward pressure on both the detached single family market and the condo market, but the results for each of those were a little bit different. Despite a noticeable slowdown in the detached single family market and rising inventory like we haven't seen in a long time, the average price of a detached single family home in the first half of the year still increased by 3.2%, with the median price increasing by 4%. The average price of a single family home in Arlington is now $1.435 million if you include new construction, and $1.38 million if you remove new construction from the data. And the average home sold for 0.3% below the original asking price. This was the first time the closed price was below the original asking price since the first half of 2020, which is when COVID hit. Now, the condo market didn't do so well in Arlington in the first half of the year. After double-digit growth last year in 2024, which is very unusual, the condo market lost value in the first half of 2025, with the average price of a condo selling for 10% less than it did in the first half of 2024, and a median drop of 7.5%. The story gets a little bit better for condos if you look at it on an average price per square foot basis, because the average price per square foot of condos dropped by just 4%. If you break it down by bedroom count, one bedrooms only dropped by an average of 1%, but two bedrooms dropped by an average of 7%. Looking ahead to the second half of 2025, I think we might actually see a little bit different of a pattern between detached homes and condos. I actually think that we might see prices for detached homes in Arlington fall a little bit in the second half of the year, because the average list price for homes currently for sale is 13% less than the list price for homes for sale at the same time last year. On the other hand, I think that condo prices have probably recalibrated appropriately by now, and we'll probably see more flat pricing out of the condo market for the rest of the year and maybe into 2026. If you'd like to see charts and a deeper dive into the data, you can check out last week's Ask Eli column for the detached housing market, and you can check out this week's Ask Eli column for the condo housing market. Thank you for watching.